Hey everybody, Trendy John from Simpler Trading. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. It is the 5th of January 2025. Little bit of holidays here and there. And, again, this week we have Thursday off. And, so not a full week, but hey, Tesla is kicking butt and taking names. And guess what? The chart worked amazing. I waited for the bigger zone. I did really well. We added, and finally added my only takeaway from Tesla into the 371 level. And if you guys go back and watch the videos, I have not changed these levels. We had one little demand zone here that we made money from, and then once we broke down below it, I always said this is the zone that I preferred. Not only did we get to pull back into the 9 EMA on the weekly, but we came right into this beautiful zone. And you can see here on Friday, we were up $31, and then we were up $2 after hours. And so, yes, very, very happy about this move. This made me very nice and profitable on Friday. But, now again, these videos are going to be the same. Are we going to continue to the upside? Are we going to pull back a little bit? Did we find a bottom here? All these things are really important. But I will tell you, watch my broad market analysis video that I stick out on YouTube every Sunday. It goes over the market in general. We look at the SPY, the Qs, all the good stuff that you need to understand what I'm expecting in the market this week, because that obviously plays a role here, right? So we were expecting to pull back. We got that. Tesla got its pullback. We came into some demand. The market bounced. We came into demand here on Tesla, and it bounced very, very nicely. Now, let's go ahead and do a couple things together. This is your blueprint, okay, going forward, guys. So, again, this is your blueprint, all right? So, right here, we came into a demand zone. Use this demand zone. This demand zone will work over and over and over. Now, there is a possibility if we were to pull back again that we could dig deeper in this zone, and that's okay. The way that we're going to find targets within the zone is I want you to go ahead, if you're using Thinkorswim, we're just going to click your will, come down here to this area called quadrant lines. And what we like to do is go from the top of that zone into the bottom of the zone right there. And what I have done is I break these into 25%. So 25, 50, 75%, right? And then 0 is at the top of the box, which is this level here. And then the bottom of that box is 100. All right. So again, 25, 50, 75. Each one of these levels is an area where I would add into my long-term position. And again, I'm always adding and trading around core positions and so forth. My next add, if for any reason we break below this, would be down here at our next demand zone. I'd expect this one to work for a while unless we get a huge pullback in the market, somewhere in February, March timeframe. Then again, it's just a buy the dip opportunity for me. Okay. Now, after we hit the supply zone that we talked about, and I gave you these levels before, we hit that 2 weeks ago. We pulled back. Will we continue to push and try to push back up here? Well, when you look at the backdrop of the SPY and the Qs, we got the same idea. We're sitting between two opposing zones in the market, okay? Monday and Tuesday look like they could be sort of boring, and maybe, more volatility comes in on a Wednesday and then perhaps after the holiday on Friday. But I would continue. I would look for continuation in strength here. Now we have to go into a lower time frame, and a couple things I want to point out is that we have created an inside and down formation. Okay, right here, and you could see that. All right, so we're not out of the woods here. Like, we have a lot of resistance. I'm sure there is, the bears are trying their best for prices not to push up and over this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Fibonacci's with you. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to come over here, place our fibs at the high, come down to the low, okay? And I want to go over my Fibonacci with you. So in this trend, once again, what we just identified is that we are still in a bear channel. And for me, that means the 0 into the 38.2 is a bear channel. What I love about this, it's super confluent. So I just showed you the structure of an inside and down, and it just so happens that 38.2, which is still defined as the bear channel, is confluent with that structure. So your major level that I would like to see you guys, or for us, for bulls this week, is to get back above 418. And just to kind of round that up, because 420 is such a big number to Tesla, 420 is going to be that over under for this week. So if we can get back above 420, I do expect us to see 431. And again, we would need to see at least 2 days above 431 in order for me to feel like we're going to hit the next target around 448. So again, over under of 420. Just know that it is confluent here around the 417 and a quarter that we could find resistance. So for some reason, if we gap up into 417, 420, look for resistance on the open and then look to buy that dip at lower time frame zones. Let's go ahead and go into the lower time frame to see if we can find a zone. So this is our daily. This is the same chart, just a different time frame. Each candle represents day, or a day, I should say. And let's just go over what we see here. Okay, so I'm going to take off the Fibonacci real fast. Actually, I'm not. Let's see what we see. Okay, so when we zoom in here, notice the top of the cloud is right there and the bottom of the cloud is here. All right, we need to get up and over that. Now, this is the third confluent level. Okay, so we talked about structure, we talked about the Fibonacci, and now look, the top of the cloud happens to be confluent there. Resistance until proven otherwise. So this leads me to believe if for some reason we gap up into the 417-ish level tomorrow, it could be resistance and we get that little pullback to buy the dip. And that's what we're searching for. Where are we going to buy that dip if it does pull back? Now, if it just stays above and it rips, then that's where we look for 431. Okay. All right. So again, lots of confluence here. And if we look even closer, you have these, you see these lines here? These are my indicators. These are called trendy edges, and they identify playing fields of supply and demand. So a lot of confluence there, a lot of resistance there for right now. All right. Now, listen, if you guys have a Robinhood account and we're up tonight, it doesn't mean a whole lot, in my opinion, unless it can stick. So it's fun, it's interesting, but that money really doesn't mean anything to me because I can't trim Tesla, tonight. All right. So again, we'll like to see where we are when the open comes. All right. But just note again, resistance here. And then now we're going to look down to see if we can find some sort of level where we want to buy. Now, the first level that comes to mind is this 23.6, which is 400. Okay. So what I'd like to do is measure Friday's candle. So here to here. And we're going to reverse the methodology. So because this candle is moving up, now the 23 and the 38.2 become your bull channel of this move. Now, listen, here's the confluence. 38.2 is at around that 400 level. It says 399 here. 403 to 399. This is my area. I would like to see buyers come in. This is from a lot smaller time frame, okay? I'm a long-term trader for Tesla, so I like the bigger picture, but if you're just looking for a level to try and make, some dough in the first couple hours of the day or something like that, I expect buyers to show up around 404 into 399. Okay, so it would look something like this. If we open up at resistance, potentially we come back, boom, look to go long, and then we look to take profits once again here. And if we can get up and over that, then we could head up towards that 430 level. Okay. All right, so that is my overall analysis for right now. Going into this week, this trend on Friday is broken if we close below the 385 level. Okay, so 385. And again, this dip buy is going to be, let's just go a little above it, 404, come down here around 399. This is where that dip buy would be. Again, resistance around the 417, 418 level. If we can hold above this daily cloud for 3 days, look for us to start to push up into 448, and there is supply up in here. Okay. If there's any significant changes, I will come back and make a new video. Please take the time to like this and share with anybody that loves Tesla. We have been absolutely on point since every video, almost every entry that we've taken over the past year at Simpler Trading there in the Trendy Room has been profitable. It's been a great run. And guess what? There's like some flow out there and stuff. If you guys watch that, somebody crazy out there thinks we're going to 900. I mean, who knows, right? But if it happens, it happens. But for right now, let's just trade it week to week. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.